Good morning friends. Today topic is AFF RAFF DG shipping exit exam question and answer part 1. The first question is for fire investigation, the points to be considered. Option A, how the fire was discovered. Option B, time at which fire alarm was sounded. Option C, the position and the nature of fire. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. For fire investigation, you need to know when was fire actually it is discovered. Happened is different when it was discovered by the ship's crew. Next is at what time fire alarm was sounded. Next is the position nature of fire. Third is all of the above. So the correct answer is all of the above. The position nature of the fire also we should know. Okay. Question number 2. Which of the following statement describes the advantage of using a halon fire extinguisher versus a CO2 fire extinguisher? Option A, halon cools rather than smothers a fire. Option B, halon is more effective than CO2. Option C, halon can extinguish combustible metal fires. Option D, halon is not toxic and safe to breathe under all conditions. The correct answer is halon is more effective than CO2. Halon is a toxic in nature. If you are using it, will be releasing chlorofluoride carbons. So it will damage your ozone layer. That's why nowadays halons are mostly prohibited as per law. It is more effective than CO2 system. It's mainly because while the halotron extinguisher fully discharge more quickly than CO2 fire extinguisher. That is one of the advantage. So halotron is capable of extinguishing a fire at a further distance than a CO2 fire extinguisher. It went deep in the system to evacuate the oxygen and it will be extinguish the fire in deep inside to extinguish the fire. So these are the advantages. So we use halon compound. Okay. Question number 3. The ship is divided into many main vertical and horizontal zones by the thermal and structural boundary. Option A, to improve stability. Option B, to improve and contain fire safety. Option C, to reduce the cost of construction. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is to improve and contain fire safety. The ship is divided into many vertical and horizontal zones. It's mainly to increase the fire safety conditions. Okay. Hazardous area has been subdivided into small units. So the area will be protection will be easy, and if it is fire also control will be easier. That is the reason. Okay. When an oil fire has been extinguished, the surface of the oil should be kept covered with a foam to prevent. Option A, air from contacting the oil vapors permitting reignition. Option B, boiling of the heated oil. Option C, spontaneous combustion below the surface. Option D, toxic fumes from escaping to the surface. The correct answer is air from the contacting the oil vapor permitting reignition. So in oil fire, the foam is formed like a blanket. It helps to prevent air, that is oxygen, is in contact with ignition source. Heat is already available. Source of ignition, fuel is already available. We have to cut off the oxygen. That is done by your foam. Okay, so option A is the correct answer. In the given below list, which gas has the widest flammable range? Option A, ethylene. Option B, propane. Option C, butane. Option D, methane. The correct answer is option A, ethylene. Ethylene has a widest flammable range compared to others. Okay. Ethylene has a range of LFL 2.75 up to UFL 28.6. So this is the exact value. It is flammable range is 2.75 to 28.6. So it was having the higher range compared to other one. So the correct answer is option A, ethylene. Question number 6. Non-combustible material is a material which neither burns nor gives off flammable vapor in sufficient quantity for self-ignition when heated to approximately 700 degrees Celsius. Option A, true. Option B, false. The correct answer is option B, false. Low expansion foam ratio. Option A, 0.736 11111. Option B, 0.1 to 100. Option C, 0.1 to 20. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option D, none of the above. It states that low expansion foam ratio should be less than 1:20, not equal to 1:20. Now in general it is 1:10. It is the ratio we are mixing in the low expansion foam with foam concentration and water. So the correct answer is option D, none of the above. In the event of fire, the doors to a stair tower must be closed to prevent the spread of fire by option A, radiation, option B, conduction, option C, convection, option D, ventilation. The correct answer is option C, convection. The convection is nothing but the liberation of heat. Heat is transferred from the location. Just take an example. Normal or earth, sunlight giving heat energy to the earth in the form of radiation. The heat energy absorbed by the earth, land, it is conduction. The heat liberated from the earth to the atmosphere and allowing the colder air to come in contact with the land to get heated up. The heated air will move up, the cold air come down and get heated up. This process is called convection. Convection is a cyclic process of transfer, moving of the heat, taking medium, circulating in the atmosphere. That is called convection. So in this case, the air is taking heat from the hot source, fire, and transfer the heat source to the next location if the door is kept open. So in this case, the heat is transferred to the neighbor place, the cold air come in contact with the fire, again it gets heated up and it moves to the colder region. It will keep transferring. So this process is called convection. To prevent this, we close the doors. Okay. If a cream colored band is located over the fire extinguisher, it indicates that the fire extinguisher is which of the following? Option A, water. Option B, dry powder. Option C, foam. Option D, carbon dioxide. The correct answer is foam. In pump rooms and pipe tunnels, flame-proof electric light fittings are generally fitted. This means that option A, the fitting is completely tight and no gas can enter into contact with the bulb and electric connection. Option B, gas may enter, but even if an explosion takes place, the fitting is so strong that the explosion will be contained within it and which will not be blown out. Option C, the electric supply will disconnect automatically in case of fire. Option D, even if fire occurs, it will not consume the fitting. The correct answer is option B. So it will allow the gas to pass through. Okay, but whatever the gas releases is not cause the explosive nature. Okay. Question number 11. A serious fire has been isolated in the engine room. You would option A, wait for it to burn itself out. Option B, open the vent to let the smoke out. Option C, spray cooling water on bulkheads of the adjacent compartment. Option D, enter to extinguish the fire with a water extinguisher. The correct answer is spray cooling water on bulkheads of the adjacent compartment. If the fire is uncontrollable in the engine room, you have to evacuate and isolate the engine room, and then you have to do the boundary cooling. This boundary cooling helps to reduce the temperature inside the engine room in order to cool down the engine room atmosphere. In turn, it will extinguish the fire. So that is the process we have to carry out. Okay. The correct answer for number 11 is option C. Each sprinkler head must be capable of delivering water at a rate of 8 liters per meter square per minute. Option A, true. Option B, false. The correct answer is option B, false. It says that It should be 5 liters per meter square per minute. Each sprinkler had able to deliver a water pressure. It's not 8 liters. So the answer is false. While inhaling, if carbon monoxide is present in the air, CO will mix with blood first. Option A, true. Option B, false. The correct answer is option A, true. Emergency escape hatch is used to assess and to escape during firefighting. Option A, true. Option B, false. The correct answer is option A, true. People are marking fire door as the escape purpose. No, escape hatch, emergency escape hatch is the one which is we are using for escape from the fire location. Okay, so the correct answer is option A, true. For fighting fire also we use escape hatch, and also escaping purpose also we use escape hatch. So the correct answer is option A, true. Question number 15. What do we call the temperature at which a material produces enough flammable vapor for it to flash if exposed to an ignition source? Option A, melting point. Option B, ignition temperature. Option C, auto ignition temperature. Option D, flash point. The correct answer is option D, flash point. Question number 16. The principle of firefighting on board is option A, starting a fire. Option B, cooling. Option C, smoothing a fire. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. Question number 17. What is the first thing you should do in case of a fire if you cannot reach a fire extinguisher? Option A, raise your hand, ask if you may be excused. Option B, evacuate the room immediately. Option C, try to find the extinguisher. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option B, evacuate the room immediately. If you cannot find the fire extinguisher to extinguish, just save your life, move away from the location. So you have to evacuate the room immediately. Question number 18. Fire alarm system works on option A, 12 volt DC. Option B, 24 volt DC. Option C, 24 volt AC. Option D, 220 volt DC. The correct answer is option B, 24 volt DC. It is this fire alarm comes under the emergency. It has to be supplied at any cost. Loss of the main power, loss of the emergency generator, any cost we should have the power. At least the battery should be able to supply the alarm system in order to keep the fire alarm emergency system in operating condition. So 24 volt DC supplies we are giving for this system on board ships. Question number 19. Uptake fire occurs in option A, waste heat boiler. Option B, economizer. Option C, main engine turbocharger. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option B, economizer. Economizer is the one which we use the heat energy from the main engine exhaust, generator exhaust, pass through the main engine exhaust, pass through the economizer. Economizer absorbs the heat and it converts to steam. So in engine, it's an IC engine, always burn with fuel oil. It will be releasing carbon dioxide and carbon particles, which can get accumulated in the economizer. In turn, when it is absorbing the heat, large amount of heat, unburned carbon deposits present in large quantity, there is a chances of uptake fire. So the correct answer is option B, economizer. Question number 20. Burn is caused by wet heat. Option A, true. Option B, false. The correct answer is option B, false. The burn is caused by heat. It is not by wet heat. It is general. It is caused by heat energy. Okay, so the correct answer is option B, false. And my friends, some of the questions are repeating from FPFF. I think some questions, this first 20 questions, it was repeating from FPFF. I put already this FPFF videos in my channel in playlist. You can also, I also will update that FPFF questions link in my description box. If anyone want to see it, please click on that link and use it further, because most of the questions, like some 50% of the questions are coming from the FPFF also. So for AFF exam, you have to read for FPFF exam questions also. So I already put the questions with the answer with clear explanations also mentioned over there. That's why some of the questions I am just reading out the answer. I am not giving explanation for it. So any missing explanation, you can find it in my FPFF part. And I thank you for supporting this channel. And if you have any doubts, any clarification, anywhere I am wrong, you can put your valuable comments in the comment box. If you like my video, you can press like, and if you can subscribe my channel to see future videos related to the exit exams and all other marine activities, you can subscribe my channel. Thank you.